Welcome to the Lugnuts podcast group. It's the questions you want answered.
Okay, let's redo that.
No, I'll roll with it.
No?
It'll be
Okay.
fine. No, we're gonna go. Welcome to episode 2 of the question or podcast. What was the actual name of it?
You asked, I told you.
No, I asked what I wanted to know. There we go. The I asked what I wanted to know podcast. My name's Nick. I'm joined by Kenny over here.
Hello.
I got Joe across the table, somewhat,
Hello.
kind of, and I got Aiden directly across the table,
What's up?
and I got our guest today, Richie,
Good
to
afternoon.
to the left of me. How's it going, Richie?
It's going good.
All right.
Very
He's got a
good.
question for us today.
Here's your question. Would you rather be a big fish in a pond or a little fish in a big sea?
That's kind of a good one, actually.
See, I'm already thinking, like, metaphorically here.
Right.
Where it's like
Well, it
big
could be
fish,
either.
big fish, little pond is like, you're big in your area, but you're not really in a big space. You know what I
Right.
mean?
How much other
but then-
food is in the pond?
Yeah. What are the parameters of the question?
That is true.
No, I
We
didn't
do
think
need
that
some-
deep.
Also, what is
We
your
did.
description of a pond?
Anything smaller than the sea.
So anything smaller than sea means that if we're
Lake
going off of
Michigan.
that, Lake Michigan
No,
counts as a
no.
pond in
Okay,
your
okay.
mindset.
A pond, like
A pond?
a pond. It's. I have a pond in my backyard, so that's what I think. Like it'd be in your backyard.
Okay,
That's how
we're
big a
thinking
pond
like a
would be.
common backyard pond. Okay.
Okay.
So
But
like
if my-
I can be top dog of the food chain
Yeah.
in that, or I can go out to the sea and be like low on the totem pole.
Yeah.
See, I'm definitely sticking with. I'm gonna say we're gonna go deeper into this, but my for sure answer right now is 100%. I'm gonna be the big fish in the small pond,
Okay. Interesting.
just because I think I wouldn't. The ocean's terrifying to me.
How small a fish?
Like I don't know what,
The smallest fish.
dude. You're like a little tuna
That-
thing.
You're starting at the bottom.
That's called bacteria in the ocean, basically.
He said fish.
Yes, and you.
He didn't say
He
started
didn't
the
say ocean
bacteria.
dweller. He said
Yeah, he
fish.
said fish. You're starting at a fish, like a little tuna
I said
guy.
basically at that point. Do you know how small fish get?
I don't know. When he says small fish, I think tuna.
Tuna is huge.
Or
Okay,
not
the
tuna. What's
new
the one I'm
standard
thinking
for
of?
small fish is tuna.
I don't know.
The one that they put
That's
on
the standard.
pizza. Anchovies. Aren't anchovies really small? And those are the little things that
Sardines.
maybe sardines?
You're thinking tuna is huge, dude.
Yeah, tuna's cut up when it's
Baby
sold.
tuna? Think
Anyway.
Nemo.
Fish like about a foot long.
A foot-long fish. You're thinking a foot-long kind of fish here.
Yeah, sure, a foot long.
All right, a foot-long kind of
Foot long
fish.
fish.
Foot-long fish in the ocean.
Now, how big is the big fish then? Because we're in a pond. I mean,
You guys are really
how about,
digging deep into
how about
this.
this? The big fish is about the size of a tuna.
Okay.
Because like if you're in a little pond, that's huge.
Right. Like, am I
That
going to
is
have
a
room to
pond,
move
monster.
around in the pond?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
am I-
yeah.
No, okay.
It's
If
gonna
you
be
were a
comfortable
big
for you.
fish in
Oh,
a
okay.
pond, you'd be a catfish.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there
A
you go.
catfish in a pond. Okay. I
Tuna,
think
tuna won't
catfish are
survive in a
disgusting.
pond, but a catfish can survive in a
Well,
pond.
we're not going literal. We're just saying.
Aiden,
that
you are
size.
thinking this way too literally. dude.
Have you met me?
He's like, no. By my statistics.
I am literally looking up the Wikipedia description of pond.
Well, what is it? Read it.
Is an area filled with blah, blah, blah. That is it. Just the first line is an area filled with water smaller than a lake.
That's
That
what
was
I,
basically my
That's kind of what I
description.
thought, actually.
Fresh water has plants and stuff on the bottom of it, and about 6 to 7 feet deep.
Okay.
I haven't
Yeah.
found anything
I would.
yet that
I would
says-
be very comfortable living in that, especially being top of the food chain. I don't know though, because I feel like maybe you'd go extinct after a while, right? You kind of kill everything around you, and then it's just you, kind of all lonely in the pond.
Ooh.
Got no
I
one left,
didn't
but
think about that.
unless do I have a mate? Is there another one that I can mate with in the pond,
Yeah.
or
yeah.
am I
You
a
know what? Yeah.
single catfish on
No,
the town?
No. Well, I mean, you're the biggest catfish, obviously, but
Some
you can have a mate. There just can't be as big.
some regions of the
okay.
United States classify a pond as any body of water with a surface area of 10 acres or less. you could have a 10-acre pond.
That's
As a fish.
quite a large pond.
Or
They're 6 to 7 feet
theoretically,
deep,
oh, it has to be 6 to 7 feet deep.
something like that.
Oh, I was gonna say like.
Though I know people who have ponds that are 15 feet deep.
I was gonna
so-
say,
that-
like,
yeah.
I had a friend in high school who she had a pond, and like literally when you went out to the middle, there like you couldn't see, like it was that deep.
Well, if you go off some, according to Wikipedia, some sources would say that that would be a lake.
Your friend had a lake.
Dude,
in
my
her
friend
yard.
had a lake in her yard. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick.
Lake Indiana.
Lake Ross, actually.
Lake Ross.
Yep.
Lake Ross. But yeah, I'm gonna especially if I can have a mate, like if I'm not like eating everything in sight.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you won't be like lonely, like completely lonely.
Okay.
You'll have your mate.
Now, what are the benefits of being the small fish then at that point?
Well, I mean, obviously there's more places to explore, more things to meet.
More things to
Mm.
eat you.
Dang, he's kind of right
But
though.
then, yeah, at the same time, you have to worry about the bigger fish who could potentially eat you.
Now, can I progress as a small fish?
Yes.
Is this one of those like phone games?
You can't progress. No, you can't progress. But it'll take a while, obviously.
Right.
Instead of
Oh man, these parameters have changed my thinking. Because what I kind of want to now is conquer the sea, right? Work my way up like feed and grow kind of style, and just get like
Yes, but that
Bigger.
sounds like it requires jumping species at a point. Like,
nah, dog. Like, let's say,
we're all just going with evolution now. Just
yeah, we just morph into whatever we need to be. Like,
and this is how I became a 20-foot sardine.
yeah, it's like no anchovy. We're going with anchovies.
Are we?
I don't know. Are we? That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Kenny, what's your input on this? I feel like you've just been
Well,
laughing over here.
like, no, like, at first, I was, I wanted to be the big fish in the small pond.
right.
But it's like, I'm kind of like with you on this a little bit, where it's like the parameters that are now in place have changed my thinking to where it's like I would rather almost be the small fish in the big sea, but it's like
In which sea?
when I thought of this question, I didn't think specific seas or specific fish. Or
Then you didn't think about
No,
this question.
I thought about the question.
No, that's a good question.
I didn't think these questions would be raised.
You were
What kind of podcast did you think this was?
You were literally that girl from the Magic School Bus.
That's true. I think I've seen one episode of Magic School. But
Okay,
we're
but
not
you
going
still
on that.
know.
Though. But
Can
I
you
do
blame-
know. You're right.
How can you make decisions without all the facts and parameters?
You can,
though?
but for a hypothetical question.
Some people don't think like us, Aiden, and that's okay.
Those people are wrong.
Some of us are shallow-minded here.
Some of us have been hit in the head a lot. In
Some of you were
I'm talking
public
about
school.
myself, of course. No, not anybody else. Not throwing shade.
Now, who are you going to
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
I didn't. I didn't. I'm innocent.
Shallow-minded, but it's not for me. Hey there, Kenny.
Or should we say pond-minded?
Oh, there we go. All right, Joe.
Shallow.
What's your input on this? Because the parameters have definitely changed my thinking, and the ocean might change my thinking too. Think about that.
See, I would probably tend to go more towards the ocean. And the reason for that is, like, obviously, like, I'm not really wanting to be, like, in power over a bunch of people or whatever, or, like, a bunch of fish in this hypothetical
How
sense.
often are people fishing in the pond?
Can you be threatened in the pond? Like, as the biggest fish, is it going to be one of those things like when you go like to like an amusement park when you're a kid and there's like that pond area and you're like, oh my gosh, that goldfish is the size of my body, like because it's been fed so much.
Yeah.
But like in a pond, like you can be like, I'm going to catch that thing.
Yeah. It's one moment you're just a friendly catfish in the pond, and next some redneck is shoving his arm in your hole and doing some crap called noodling. The best part is I know there's going to maybe be a few people who would listen to this and have no idea what I'm talking about.
It's a strange. You don't know what
You
noodling
don't?
is?
I don't. No.
So noodling. All right, Kenny, you want to? No, I'm kidding. So basically, like catfish live in like these like holes that like are in the like under the water, obviously. People will go in the water, and the way to catch them. And the way to catch them is like you get into the water and you just put your hand in these in just these openings in the sides of the walls, right?
Yep.
And you just get your hand inside the catfish and you pull it out. Oh. It's super dangerous.
Yeah, basically what it is.
It sounds fun.
Basically what it is because catfish don't have teeth. The idea is I'm going to shove my arm in this hole where this catfish is to make the catfish angry so that the catfish will then try to eat my hand. And then you grab the inside of their jaw and rip them out of the hole.
Enjoyable.
So I'm just saying, if you're in a pond as a catfish, one day your life is all fine and dandy, and the next thing you know is some greasy redneck is trying to pull
That's
you
what
out
I'm
of the hole.
thinking, yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna.
Or Richie. Richie's trying to
As we've been going, parameters have just been getting set on the fly. So I'm just have to say that there's no outside threat. It's all in.
Oh, it's a remote pond.
Wow.
It's just an ecosystem.
Can my own offspring threaten me?
Can I be toppled?
I don't have answers for all these questions.
At this point, I'm just trying.
This is up to interpretation.
At
How
this
do you
point, I'm
raise
just
them?
trying to give him questions I'm not sure he'll
No,
know.
I think this is good. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's pretend that I can be overthrown. Is it a peaceful or am I talking French Revolution
Yeah.
kind of?
French Revolution.
Oh, dude, I'm getting guillotined in the pond.
You're getting your head bitten off.
Are we talking about a pond in Florida or a pond here in Indiana? Because
No.
Yeah,
ponds here freeze.
I'm okay with that actually. I'm thinking the ponds in Florida might be a little more dangerous.
Well, you get gators
That's what I'm thinking.
and greasy rednecks.
But he did already set the parameter that you cannot be challenged. So the gators are off the table. Nothing can come in to challenge you. You are the top fish.
You are the top fish.
Not top dog, top fish.
I am a gator eating catfish. That's
I didn't really think about the specifics of it or the logic behind it.
No, it's okay.
It's more just a question.
It's okay. It's a good
He's
question.
Just on the drive here, just like crap. I forgot to think of anything.
No comment.
So are we talking like
explains
Bering
everything.
Sea, Pacific Sea, Atlantic,
Pacific Sea.
Pacific Ocean, whatever the thing.
It's
Yes,
the Pacific.
the Pacific
Same
Sea. I was thinking
difference.
Pacific Sea.
Ocean.
We're going
That's
Pacific.
an ocean.
We've decided Pacific.
Yes.
If I'm a small fish.
Yes.
Think if it was Atlantic, I'd go that route. But I'm gonna stay king catfish.
Yeah, I think I'd have to say king catfish.
Mm.
There's enough sharks in the Pacific.
Yeah. And there's a megalodon in the Mariana Trench.
Don't even start with me.
That'd be a good movie. Wait a minute.
No, you know what they're gonna do? Off on a tangent, but what they're gonna do in that next movie, the Meg, is just gonna be like, "Oh, look at this epic megalodon!" All of a sudden, the old movie trope: giant octopus challenges shark again.
That already happened, and it won.
But then they get the bigger
The
octopus,
bigger. There's always something bigger, unless you're the fish in the pond.
megalopus.
There's
Nothing's
always
bigger
a
than
bigger fish.
You will be the biggest.
You are the biggest fish in the pond.
You
Am
don't
I a
have to worry about that.
megalodon in the pond?
You know,
If you want to be.
yeah.
I'm a
If you want to
60-foot
be,
shark.
you can be whatever you want to be.
Hey, if it's a 10-acre pond, you might have some room to maneuver.
But a
Like-
6, 7 foot, even a 15 foot.
Well, no, okay, it's got to be deeper at that point. Okay, but if there's a 10-acre pond, it's definitely way deeper than 8 feet.
You could be a manta ray, the Steve Irwin murderer.
Wow, this took a turn.
Dude, did you guys see his son almost died of the same thing a couple weeks ago? Like some animal
No, I
almost
didn't.
killed him.
I'm not
I'm thinking,
surprised.
stop.
On
Like, just
one hand, that would
right?
On one hand, that would be, of course, obviously tragic, but I also could not help myself laughing ironically if he had happened to die of the same thing.
I know. Like, and I don't think it was a manta. It was some land animal. I remember that. But it's just like, stop messing with wildlife. They're
Lear-
not meant to be messed with.
Well, I love there's a comedian who is doing this. Like, I love Steve Irwin because he never actually taught you anything about nature. He literally just go, "Oh, look, it's the most dangerous creature around here. I'm gonna touch it."
Yeah.
I'm going to poke it with a stick. You're talking about Fluffy, aren't you?
Yeah, he is.
Dude, he's coming to Elkhart.
Really?
I just
what?
saw that, yeah. He has to be 21 to go in. I'm not going to be 21.
Wait, are we now revealing our
Aiden,
location?
So I can make
Aiden, let's go.
We need to go see Fluffy.
It's in
Yes.
a 21 plus venue, so I mean, actually, you'll be old enough at the time, so you can go see Fluffy. Just live stream it for me on like Instagram Live.
yeah.
Just like- but like do it with the reverse
I'll
camera.
FaceTime you.
What's up,
Yeah,
guys?
there
Josiah
you-
here.
but not like holding it like this.
Richie's just not in this guy. He's like, I'm young. I have no place
It's okay. I can't drink either.
yet. Not legally.
That's true. You ever done anything illegal?
I stole a sign.
Dude, I stole a traffic cone one time.
You know, I might leak the location.
Is
of,
this
of
within
podcast.
statute of limitations?
But
For this?
yes.
Sure, yeah.
there's a 5 mile per hour sign around here. Might have taken it.
Like on a dare, or you just driving by and you're
Oh
like,
no!
man, I want
you
that.
know, I was driving by. I was like, "This is a rare sign. I have to have it." So
You
it might not be there anymore.
Richie, the collector of signs.
So you have a sign from the town we live in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I knew somebody who ran off, like legitimately just ran off with a stop sign. I think he just sawzalled it at the bottom, and
My gosh. Can you imagine just walking out your front door and you're like, oh, the stop sign's gone.
I saw online somebody had stolen. You know how McDonald's has like multiple different sizes of the big yellow M? One person stole like the smallest one off of a McDonald's in broad daylight.
Dude.
And didn't get caught.
you know,
Oh
if you
my
tried that at
gosh.
Chick-fil-A, though, they would like walk out and catch you removing it and go, "You want some help with that?"
You want any sauce? You want some Chick-fil-A
Would you
sauce?
like some Chick-fil-A sauce for that?
Man, that looks like hard work stealing our sign. You want some waffle fries?
Dude, I watched a
My
guy.
pleasure.
This is totally off topic now. We've gone on a total tangent, but it's fine. I watched a guy. You know the Walmart logo
Mm-hmm.
with the little things? Well, he walked up to this sign. And he's in a parking lot. He took toilet plungers and he flung them at the sign, stuck one on each one of the little yellow lines, and then left. And I'm thinking, dude, I've never wanted to do it more, but the place he was at looked so remote that he could get away with it. Like, you could not do it where we live
Oh,
because
no.
it's just.
Welcome to the Saskatchewan Walmart.
Well, it was like a cool looking, like, think Bass Pro Shop Walmart entrance. Like, it looked really
Oh,
cool.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Bass
The
Pro Shop.
the
fish.
upscale
Yeah,
Walmart.
if you did that in the
Yeah.
Yeah, does the Bass Pro Tank count as a pond?
like you'd get the first one up there, and then
If you
immediately
wanted to.
after, like cops roll up, you're spending the night in the county jail.
Yeah.
Wait a second. I just came up with a thought too. He said you could avoid outside threat, but just in case to make sure of that, you could technically, because he didn't put really a limit on species, you pick a species that's not legal to fish. You're an endangered fish.
Oh, so you can't be caught.
You are invincible.
Old age will only kill you. Mm.
This is getting deep.
Give me that
Very
option, but in the sea. Are there fish that can't be caught in the sea? Sharks are. You can't catch sharks apparently anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't stop the Japanese.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but will it matter if you're endangered in the sea?
It doesn't. You're giving me that look. It's like somebody. Is that a racist comment?
Well,
no,
well-
it's not racist if it's the truth.
We'll broaden it to say Asians because I think maybe saying Japanese was a little close to the racist line, but we'll say Asians. But yeah, like shark fin soup. Do that all the time. The endangered shark thing has not stopped them from eating shark fin soup.
The best
so
part is people will eat shark fin soup because they think it has some sort of health benefit. It's actually bad for your health.
congratulations, you played yourself.
It's dumb stuff like that people believe. Like it's terrible. You got, oh yeah, rhinoceros are going extinct because people are harvesting the horns for like medicinal purposes. I'm like, who's snorting that? Like, we're gonna kill a rhinoceros, ground up the horn, and snort it like cocaine.
I was just
right?
saying, do it like cocaine. Like, can you imagine someone out in the safari? Like, all right, I got my rhino horn.
I feel so much better.
This is the buzz of a lifetime as the bone like shreds your insides. No, like
Blood gushing out.
right, exactly. Like you get a bloody nose, like unknown to mankind. Like,
Bleed out right there.
that one piece of
This
bone
rush
that you
was
didn't
insane.
grind quite fine enough, and it's just like, oh yeah, amazing, just falls down dead because it's lodged itself in your brain.
exactly. Exactly. Like, I feel like snorting rhino. How did we get on this topic?
I don't know.
What?
If you get to
Sort
that
of rhino.
point,
Nick,
though, you
we
kinda
really
get
are a
what you deserve.
podcast.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
This
Like,
is just how podcast progresses.
Yeah,
into-
it's true. It is.
That is true.
We're the
It's-
next Joe Rogan.
So wait, we didn't ask. What would you be? Noah?
Oh,
What would you be?
I have a simple answer to this. I would be the big fish in the small pond, merely just so I could have power, and that's it. I want the power, and I want to be in control.
I kind of respect that.
But,
You seem like a very benevolent fish overlord.
I mean, there might be a little pain.
I feel
into
like-
the other fish.
Could I cut it down the middle and be a medium fish in a lake?
No,
There are no changes.
no changes. We've set the parameters.
The parameters have been set.
You had to set like a ton of new ones, but
Well, we had to get him to where the parameters were. Like,
the best part is that I could probably list off some sort of species to him and just be like, "Oh, can I be this in the ocean?" And he probably wouldn't know what the species.
No,
I don't think any of us would know what the species
Exactly, so I could get away with it.
are. Unless we just say no.
no.
no to everything.
Yeah. Abe's like,
going-
can I go to the bathroom?
No.
I'm going to be a lemon.
No.
Like, just,
Wait,
could
just
you be trash in the pond?
No, people like to clean their
You know?
ponds. You're trashing the ocean.
No, remember, this is a remote pond.
What? Then
said it's
who's
a
putting
remote
the
pond.
trash there?
Oh, trash blows
The
all over
wind.
the place,
that
dude.
is true.
You know how much trash ends up in my front yard?
You know what though? Trash couldn't be in there because trash could kill you.
Yeah, I meant to tell you, Nick.
Mm,
That's been me
Putting
throwing-
trash in my yard for 20 years of my life.
Yes.
Oh, the biggest con. Dang. Got me. I'm
it's
impressed.
it's how I don't have to pay for them to come pick up my trash.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so you don't burn it like most people? You just drop it off in people's yards?
That's
pretty
just
much.
nasty. There's a guy down the road from me that burns trash, and it smells so disgusting. You good over there, Noah?
Yeah, I'm great.
I think he's bored.
No. As we discussed earlier.
Well, you're finding ways to entertain yourself.
We all
I'm
find
not
ways to entertain
bored.
ourselves. All right, we're going to go around the room and give a final answer. We've set the parameters. We've talked about snorting rhinoceros horns. Didn't know that
For
was a
whatever
thing
reason.
even. I don't know how that one came up, but whatever. We're going to let it happen. All right, I'm going to go big fish, small pond. I think it's the safe option.
I agree with
I
Nick
agree.
on this.
It's comfortable. Kenny?
I agree with you.
All right.
I'm still gonna go small fish in the ocean.
All right. You're going to, progress.
I'm gonna progress slowly, but I'm also gonna be able to kind of just mind my own business and be kind of out of the way. Nobody's gonna really notice you.
Right. That's true. We never talked about. You don't have to be aggressive.
Yes,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of
Little
hidden
down.
fish that will eat your fish.
What if I'm the hidden fish?
Oh.
Dude.
He actually brings a point.
Dude. You're like the swordfish in
Wait,
Finding Nemo.
can I be an
Yes.
anglerfish?
You know, he didn't
That's up
say
to you.
where in the ocean, actually, and he did
That
say
is true.
Pacific.
That is true.
So,
You could be on the bottom.
dude,
Now
you
you're
could be
here.
a fish we've never even discovered.
Sneaky fish.
Dude, yes, a fish at the very bottom of the ocean.
They got no eyes. They just feel the floor, and that's how they move. It's like a gelatinous kind of floating blob. All right, Aiden, you locked in your answer at big fish, and I think you did too, Noah. Right?
Yes, big fish.
All right, that's been the questions podcast. I think we had a good time, Noah. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much for having
We
me.
enjoyed it. It was a good question. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good question.
Thank you.
I'm very
Thank you.
very impressed.
It was interesting.
We flushed it out.
Insert.
I'll add the
insert
sound
effect.
effect.
Make it like a goldfish
Sound
and
effect.
flush it.
Dude, my cousin flushed so many goldfish in her lifetime. I think there's probably a whole colony of them in her sewer system.
Oh no.
You know those people that get the goldfish from a fair, and they're like, "Oh, I got one," and they go home and just dump it out immediately, and you're like, oh, Why'd you get?"
Here's the
goldfish
question
then?"
though: is she on town water?
She might have been at that time.
I was gonna say because if it's your own your own sewage tank, it's just a colony of goldfish in her yard buried. We are the lords of the crap tank.
20 years later, they dig up. They're like, "Why are there so many bones in your yard?" And you're like, oh, I don't know. These are human remains. No, those are my goldfish.
There's just so many of them.
No, the answer is: have you ever been to the fair? That's why
that
there's
is
so
the
many
answer.
bones in your yard. Have you been to the 4-H fair before?
You look the police detective right in the eyes. And you ever been to the fair before, officer?
And at that point, he says, "All right, understandable. Have a nice day."
Have a nice day.
Just walking away. Aren't you going to question that guy, detective?
Nope.
Some men are just worth leaving alone.
All right. From all of us here at the Questions Podcast, it's been good. We hope to hear you. Hope you hear us next time. If we heard you, it'd be very strange. Be very strange.
I hear voices in my
Dude,
head.
Me too, though, sometimes. All right. Signing off. Talk to you guys later. See ya.
Goodbye.
Hey everyone, we hope you enjoyed the episode today. If you did, you should go check out the rest of our episodes on our website at ccflugnutspodcast.com.
You can also listen to us wherever you find your podcasts.
Follow us on our Facebook and Instagram pages by searching the Lugnuts Podcast Group.
Thanks for listening. And remember, Jesus loves you. So do we.